Hey guys, I'm actually sitting down when I had knee surgery recently, so I haven't been able to stand up as much lately, so that's why I'm sitting down. But basically, what I'm discussing today is the compensation of student athletes. So according to Michael Wilbon, ESPN analyst, over $10.8 billion was earned by student athletes last year for the NCAA. So what's crazy about that number is the fact that other than scholarships, they don't see any of it, right? So they're out there working as a worker, like they're putting the work in, and they're not being compensated at all other than the scholarships. So first, the the main point to whether they should get paid or not paid, they're unable to work, right? So I'm a student athlete. I wake up every morning around 7 a.m. or so, go to meetings, then you have class from whenever the meeting's in to 2 o'clock. You have practice from 2 to 6, and that includes the weight room. And I've been able to get out of having to have tutoring and stuff like that, but most student athletes have a tutor from 6 to 9, right? And that's not even including time to do homework. So they have absolutely no time to work. So the average student, however, they go to class and then whatever free time they have left, they can figure out if they want to do homework, if they want to get a job. They have options, right? So that's the first reason for why they I've seen that students should definitely be compensated, or student athletes should definitely be compensated, right? So next, I feel, I mean, personally, I go out and, like I said, I work, I go to class, like I work hard. I mean, I go to class, I keep my grades up, and I try my hardest when I'm like competing for the team, right? Like to be respectful. I work diligently, but it seems and it feels as if I'm not being reciprocated in my efforts by the NCAA, right? I work extremely hard, and yes, the scholarship is excellent. It's great to be able to have a scholarship, and I love being able to compete in my sport, but it's not enough sometimes, like on the weekends I have nothing to eat. I find myself sometimes just having to eat Doritos or drinking water. Just about it. So that's extremely tough to get by. And then I'm fortunate enough to have already had some clothes and stuff like that. But most of these student athletes and most of my friends you see, they walk around. They only wear their athletic gear all the time. It's just because that's all they have, right? So they don't have enough money to be able to buy new clothes and food, and so basically they're living like second class citizens, even though they're living the American dream, and so that kind of goes into my next point is that why is that so? We have $10.8 billion, and that was just for one deal with the CBS. That wasn't There was more than that, and that doesn't include paraphernalia or the sales of seats and stuff like that. So there's more than enough money for students to at least have something to eat on the weekends, right? So how how do you go about doing this? So what I've seen, Raymond, I don't know if I'm gonna say it, Raymond Mama, I don't know. He actually said that stipends would be kind of the best idea for addressing this. So people are always confused on if you should pay every athlete equal. If you know somebody's going to the NFL, should they be able to have a shoe deal, or how should that work? So he suggests, or he's one of the many people I've seen suggest that athletes get stipends per semester to cover just their cost of living. It's not really a paycheck. It's just kind of to even the playing field for the fact that they can't work, right? So it's even across all the sports, and they've actually already, like I said, they already started putting it in, and I reap the benefits of it constantly. So it's very useful, right? So that kind of just goes into my conclusion, which is that if we have all this money, we're earning all this money for the NCAA, why haven't we seen any of it? It's without us there's no money. We put in all the work. We put in all the work, and we don't see any of the money. So just to end on a final thought, Shabazz Napier, he was a UConn basketball player in 2013, and he went to the Final Four and the national championship in 2014 for men's basketball. If y'all don't know what the Final Four is, so he won the national championship as the MVP. He was about to get drafted to the NBA, but in that period of winning the national championship and being drafted, he was still on campus finishing his degree, and he starved. He had nothing to eat. He was finding himself just trying to sleep his way off onto Monday so he can be able to use the cafeteria. And in Roger Sherman's article online, he actually discusses kind of in detail how this is actually very common within the NCAA. So that's kind of just my final thought on the idea of stipends and compensating student athletes. So yeah.